Hi, my name is Danielle Paulo. Welcome to the Parkinson's Foundation's Fitness Friday session. The Parkinson's Foundation hosts weekly education and wellness programs through our PD Health at Home virtual programming. Join us for Mindfulness Mondays, Wellness Wednesdays, and Fitness Fridays. Most of our PD Health at Home programs are recorded, including the one today. We post all of those recordings on our foundation's YouTube channel. You can visit the website here on the screen, parkinson.org/pdhealth, or visit our YouTube channel to see all of our different programs and recordings that we offer here at the foundation. Feel free to also register for PD Health at Home using the site on the screen over here. PD Health at Home is presented by the Light of Day Foundation, whose generosity has made today's programming possible. At the Parkinson's Foundation, we're here to support your wellness journey. These sessions are designed for general well-being and education, but they are not a substitute for medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. Before starting any new exercise program, we do encourage you to check in with your healthcare provider or a Parkinson's specialist. We want to make sure that safety comes first, always. So let's make sure that we're moving with confidence, listen to your body, and make sure to modify as needed. Let's move together safely and with joy. This July, PD Health at Home is taking a brief summer break from live programming as we prepare for an exciting lineup of events beginning again at the end of the month. We invite you to explore some of our most popular and highly rated PD Health at Home programs. Whether you're looking for expert education, wellness strategies, exercise classes, or practical tips for living with Parkinson's, these favorites are available whenever it's convenient for you. So I included a link of our YouTube channel on the screen here. You'll also get an email with all of this information. Today, we're very excited to feature Dr. Meredith Roberts Lowe, as well as Ariel over here from Parkinson's Point, a Parkinson's Foundation accredited exercise education program. This accreditation means that the program has met rigorous standards, ensuring that it delivers high-quality, evidence-based content designed specifically to support people with Parkinson's. So with that, I'll stop my screen share and really hand it off to our colleagues here at Parkinson's Point. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I'm Meredith, and Ariel is joining me today. We're from Parkinson's Point, and we're excited to be with you today to move through sort of a mindful movement sequence. And I'm just going to adjust this for a minute. It looks like it. There we go. So let's go ahead and get started. You are welcome to join Ariel in a chair that is sturdy and you feel supported in. Make sure your feet can touch the floor. And you can have your shoes on or off, whatever feels safe and secure for you. Or you're welcome to join me with a mix of movement on the mat and with the support of the chair as needed. But we're going to start seated, whether you're going to join me standing or seated, and just connect with our breath to begin and just come into our space. So if you can find a seat, feel your feet on the floor. Go ahead and place your hands either palms down if you just want to channel in some energy for you, ground down, or palms up if you need to receive some energy. And go ahead, if you are comfortable closing your eyes, you can let your eyes gently close, or you can keep a soft gaze. And just start to pay attention and notice your breath. Maybe notice how it feels as it hits the back of your throat and moves down into your chest and into your lungs. And just notice for now. You don't need to control it. And then let's focus on taking a little longer breath in, drawing that breath in through your nose, feeling your chest rise and even your belly. And then lengthening out that breath. It could be through your mouth. Trying to extend the exhale just a little longer each time. We'll inhale, fill up. And exhale, lengthen out that breath. Let something go. We'll do 2 more breaths here. Inhale and exhale. Last one, deep breath in. Really fill up, let your chest expand, your belly rise. And exhale, you'll feel that belly fall and your chest fall. And then let your breath come back to its normal rhythm and normal pace. You can gently flutter your eyes open. Take in your surroundings. And then we're going to start moving, just gently warming up the spine. So you can take your hands and place them on your knees, and we'll move into rounding our spine or a cat pose, like you're an angry cat on a Halloween fence pose. And then cow as we inhale. Draw your heart through your hands. You can use your hands to press gently into your knees and get long through your spine. If you have a healthy neck, you can start to look up. Let's do that again. Exhale, round like an angry cat. And inhale, let's arch and lift, almost like you're howling at the moon. Deep breath in. Exhale, round, angry cat. And inhale, arch and lift. Howl at the moon. Last one, exhale, round. Inhale, lift. Good. And then let's return back to center. Take a breath. And let's go ahead and just kind of look right, look left. Let your head start to, and neck just start to relax a bit. Some of this rotation really helps to loosen up and calm that rigidity that makes us feel stiff. Good. And then let's look straight ahead. Maybe tip one ear to your shoulder and back up, other ear. Just slow, controlled movement. You can use your breath as a guide. And then find center again. And let's see if we can do some circles with our body, finding that round as we go to the back, like that angry cat, and that lift as we come forward. Just warming that spine up, getting a little deeper into that motion. Letting those hips start to warm up. And then let's pause at the top and go the other way. So reverse your direction. You can use your hands on your lap as a guide or for balance. Again, the idea is to find some rounding, some stretch to the side, some lift at the front, and another stretch to the side. Once you feel even, go ahead and make your way back to center. We'll take one more breath here. Deep breath in and out. And we're going to move into our first flow. So you're welcome to stay seated and follow along with Ariel, or you can join me and find a tall standing posture on your mat with a chair close by for balance. And let's find a stance that works for your balance. So feet can be hip width apart. If you're very used to feet together, as in a traditional yoga class, so you can do that as well. Or if you're a little worried about your balance, feel free to go a little wider, okay? But I want you to just take a moment to feel your feet, whether you're seated or standing, on the floor, and press all 4 corners down strongly into the floor. So you feel your thighs and the back of your thighs and your buttocks start to engage and light up. And then let's engage our core, bring our belly button towards our spine. And we're going to take a deep breath in and our arms reach high if your shoulders allow. Good. And as you exhale, we're going to cactus those arms and just lift our heart and stretch through the front of our chest. Good. Inhale. Let's reach high again. Good. Then exhale, arms are going to come down to our sides. Let's do that again. We're going to add on this time. Inhale, arms reach high. Exhale, we're going to cactus those arms, lift our chest. Inhale, arms reach high. Exhale, arms come down to the side. And this time we're going to use our chair to just step back or follow with aerial or a modified down dog. I'm going to press my hands into the chair for a little shoulder squeeze and little engagement of my back, and then relax. And then walk my feet back in. And we'll come back to inhale, arms reach high. Oh, this time, capture your wrist. Exhale, we tip over to one side. Good. Inhale, arms reach high. Exhale, tip over to the opposite side. Reach for that top corner of the room. Inhale, arms reach high. Exhale, arms by your side. Let's do that again and add on with our modified down dog. Inhale, arms reach high. Capture your wrist. Exhale, tip over. Inhale, arms reach high. Exhale, switch your grip. And reach for the opposite corner of the room. Inhale, arms reach high. Exhale, arms come down by your side. And you're going to just walk those feet back like you're doing a down dog, that inverted V. You can stretch out through the low back and shoulders here. And then we're just going to press up a little bit like I'm doing a cobra pose. So I'm just getting strong through my arms and my low back. And then exhale, release, walk up. Make sure your head feels stable, not light or dizzy. And we'll try adding on again. So inhale, arms reach high. Exhale, this time we bring one arm forward and open like an archer. Twist, look behind you. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, we're going to twist the other way. So we can reach for the back of the chair or look over our shoulder behind us. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, arms come down by your side. Let's do that again and add on. Inhale, arms reach high. Exhale, twist and look behind you. Inhale, arms reach high. Exhale, twist the other way. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, arms come back towards your side. And then we'll walk out those feet out, holding the chair for that modified downward facing dog. Let your gaze rest just a little in front of those feet. And then inhale for cobra. Bring those shoulder blades together. Just get strong through your upper back. Exhale. Inhale, let's walk up. And reset. Good. Let's take one deep breath in here. And out. Let's do that one more time. That felt great. Inhale. And exhale, let your shoulders drop away from your ears. We're going to move into our balance series next. So you can stay standing here. Just make sure you have something either to hold on to that's sturdy if you need it, or you're welcome to take the balance series seated with aerial. We're going to take a moment to bring our feet a little bit closer together. Whether you're seated or standing, this will narrow that base of support, make it harder to balance. And then I'm just going to really press all four corners of my feet into the mat. Make sure I'm feeling that floor underneath me, engaging through my legs and my core. And then I can stay here. Maybe I hover a hand. Maybe I close my eyes if I feel confident here. And I'm going to stay with my breath. We have 3 breaths here. Try to keep your breath smooth and long, keeping your body relaxed. One more breath. And then go ahead and open those eyes if you've closed them. And bring those feet apart and relax. You can kind of shake it out for a second. Hopefully that felt okay. We're going to progressively make these harder. So now we're going to shift all our weight to one foot. And I'm going to start to kickstand my toe here on the mat. And I can stay here, maybe using that chair again for support. Or I can start to lift that foot and engage my core. I can either capture underneath my thigh or I can hold using those muscles. This one, if you're standing, we probably are going to keep those eyes open the whole time because this is pretty tricky as it is. And you have your support as you need it. Let's take one more breath here. And then exhale, release. And just kind of wiggle it out, shake it out. Good. And then we'll reset and do the other side. So get strong through the opposite standing leg. And you can bring your heel off the mat or kickstand that foot. And really get that tummy engaged. So belly button to spine. I'm going to start to bring the opposite foot off the mat this time. And maybe I can stay here. I could capture under my knee. Or I could start to hover my hand from the chair. We're going to take 2 more deep breaths here. One more. And on your next exhale, release. Beautiful job. And shake it out. Good work. We're going to get the hard stuff out of the way right off the bat. All right, let's go ahead and move into our last standing or seated balance pose. I'm going to get strong through my standing leg again, and I can kickstand that toe. And then we're going to try a figure 4. So if you're seated, you're going to cross that ankle over your knee. If you're standing, you're going to go ahead and start to sit back into your hips like you're sitting in a chair. Now I can stay here because especially this can be a pretty big stretch for a lot of us. Or I can play with my balance if I'd like to work more on the balance than the stretch by hovering that hand. Good. And then just trying to breathe through this. Take a breath in and a breath out. Tell your nervous system that it's safe. Inhale and exhale. Let's take one more breath in. And on your next exhale, go ahead and release. Bring that foot back down to meet the floor. And just notice the difference between one hip and the other, how that feels. We're going to go ahead and switch sides. So let's go ahead and place all our weight on the opposite standing leg and kickstand our foot. And you can bring that foot up and across, flexing the foot if you can. If you're standing, you can sit back into more of a chair position. And depending on how intense that stretches for your hip, you can stay here. You do want to play with your balance. You can start to hover the hands. You're going to take 2 deep breaths here. Deep breath in. And out. Another deep breath. And exhale, release. Nice work. Nice work. Hard things, check, done. Now we're going to move into another flow. So let's just take a breath just to reset, come back into our bodies in case we lost our breathing with those harder movements. Deep breath in. Feel it hit the back of your nose and throat and expand your chest. And then exhale. Through an open mouth, just let something go. Let's do that one more time. Inhale. Fill up. And exhale, let it go. Beautiful. All right, our second flow is going to involve a little bit more movement on our mat. So be sure to have your chair close by. I'm going to bring this a little closer to the top of my mat so I can use it for balance, and you're welcome to join me. You're also welcome to use blocks if that feels good, either in the chair or on the mat, or you're welcome to use books or something sturdy for support, or just a little lift through your chest. We're going to start with those feet shoulder width apart and press down again into the mat. Just feel your feet contact the floor. Feel where you are in space. Let's take a deep breath in, arms reach high. Good, and on your exhale, we're going to move into a low lunge. Right foot reaches forward or steps forward. I'm going to use that chair for support, and I'm going to bend my back knee. If you're in the chair, you can watch Ariel. She's going to turn sideways in the chair. Her front knee is bent, and her back knee is going to push back a bit and is bent. We're going to get tall through our spine. Now you're welcome to stay lifted here and reach one arm towards the sky if you feel stable. Let's take one more deep breath in and a breath out. Good. Inhale, and on your exhale, we're going to move into warrior two. So as I exhale, I'm going to turn that back foot so it's parallel. I'm going to tuck my bottom under and turn my chest to face the side wall. Arms reach towards the opposite ends of the room. If you're with Ariel, you're just going to extend those arms and let your heart open towards the screen. Good. Now I can adjust this front leg if it's getting tired and come out or back in. I can keep a hand here on the chair. We're going to take one more breath here. Inhale and exhale. Good. On your next inhale, my toes point towards that side wall and I come into star pose. If you're in the chair, you're just going to face forward, arms reach high. And then we're going to sink down into a bit of a squat or goddess pose. Good. I can use that chair for support. Either hands at heart center or at your side in any sort of mudra that works for you. We'll take one more deep breath here and let it go. On your next inhale, arms reach high, legs get straight. We're going to work our way back. Exhale, I'm moving back to warrior two. So my front toes point to the top of my mat. My back foot is parallel to the back edge of my mat. If you're in the chair, your side sitting on that chair with the front knee bent and the back leg kicking back. And then on our next inhale, we're going to come back to that low lunge. So my back foot points to the top of my mat and my knee bends a bit. You can have your arm high or out in front, depending on your shoulder, or it can rest by your side. Let's take one more breath in here. And then on your next exhale, feet step together and we come up tall and meet at the top of our mat or the front of our chair. Beautiful. Now we have another side to do. So on our next breath in, I'm going to step that opposite leg straight back for that low lunge, making sure my feet are shoulder width apart. I don't want to be on a tightrope, so you might have to step that back foot out. And if you're in the chair with Ariel, you're just going to move to the opposite edge of the chair. Keep those shoulders lifted, front knee bends as much as you need for support. You're welcome to reach high again on your next inhale. And then on the next exhale, we're going to move into warrior two. So my back foot is going to turn parallel to the back edge of my mat. My front foot stays where it is. And I'm going to reach those arms long and my chest goes to the other side wall. I can look over my front fingertips. If this bothers my shoulders, I can relax my arms down or bring them to my side. We'll take a breath here and let it go. Beautiful. On your next inhale, let's reach our arms high for star pose. My front toes are going to point towards the side wall. So everything is facing either the side of the room or the top of my chair. And then on our exhale, we're going to move into that squat or goddess pose. So I'm just going to bend my knees a little, as much as they allow. So if that's here, that's okay. Beautiful. Take another breath in and a breath out. And let's inhale, arms reach high, legs go straight. And exhale, I'm going to move back to that warrior two. So my back foot is parallel to the back edge of my mat. My front toes are pointed straight ahead, and my arms reach in opposite directions, matching my feet. I'm going to take another breath here and let it go. And on your next inhale, we're going to move back to low lunge. So my back, I come up high on my back toes. Now both feet are pointed towards the front of my mat, and I can bend this front leg as much as I need to or can tolerate. Good. Take a breath here. And on your next exhale, step those feet together. And come up tall. Nice job, nice job. We are going to move through that a little quicker this time, just one breath to one movement. And here it's more of a moving meditation. So we're going to take our time, and it doesn't have to be perfect. Just listen to your body as you move. All right, let's go ahead, let your breath go. And on your next breath in, inhale, that left leg is going to reach back for low lunge. Right arm can come up high. And we exhale and move to warrior two. So my back foot turns and I open towards the side wall. Inhale, star pose. I flip my front toes to face the side wall. And exhale, goddess pose. I move into a little squat. Inhale, star pose. My legs straighten, and then exhale, warrior two. I'm going to turn that front foot to face the top of my mat. Inhale, I'm going to move into our low lunge. I'm up high on my back toes. And exhale, I'm going to step my feet together, and we'll regroup here at the top of the mat. Second side, inhale, right leg steps back. Nice and long, low lunge. Exhale, I'm going to flip that back foot, warrior two. Inhale, star pose. Arms reach high, legs are straight. And exhale, let's sit into that squat for goddess. Inhale, star pose. Exhale, low or warrior two. Good. Inhale. Let's find that low lunge. I'm going to come up high on my back toes. I can reach high as well with my arm. Then exhale, feet step together. Beautiful. And we meet at the top of our space. Let's take a breath in. Get long through our spine, reset. And exhale, let it go. Let's do that one more time. Inhale. Fill up. And exhale. Let it go. Beautiful. Good work. Good work. Go ahead and let's shake that off. Hopefully that was a fun kind of challenging. And we're going to move into our core series for this session. So you're welcome to stay seated in the chair with Ariel, or you can come down to the floor or your mat with me. We have a couple ways that we can do that. You're welcome to just step down, or you can move from the chair. I can do my side low lunge in this chair, And then I can go ahead and just slide off onto my knee and then make my way to hands and knees on my mat. So I'm gonna find my wrist under my shoulder and my knee under my hips. And then I'm just gonna gaze kind of softly between my hands at the top of my mat and bring my belly button to spine. If you're seated in the chair, take a moment to come to the edge of the chair, feet flat on the floor. And again, engage your core by bringing that belly button to spine. And then we're going to move into opposite arm and leg, but let's build it up. So let's start with the right leg starting to lift behind us. Maybe it just goes up to the floor and I stay strong. Maybe I can lift it off the floor. Good. And then I'm going to start to bring that down and underneath me. And I'm just going to turn sideways so you can see a little better. And we're going to try that again with the opposite leg. So I get strong. And kick back. Beautiful. And then bring it back down. And then let's try with our arms. I'm going to bring that right arm up, staying strong. And back down. Keeping that core engaged, left arm lifts and lowers. Good, let's go around the world one more time, just one at a time. Right leg kicks back or lifts and lowers. Left leg kicks back or lifts and lowers. Right arm lifts high, lower down. Left arm lifts and lowers. And try to stay with your breath for this. So again, let's re-engage our core, belly button to spine, and then let's try opposite arm and leg. So inhale, right arm, left leg are gonna kick back. Exhale, release. Opposite side, inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, right arm, left leg. Exhale, lower. Inhale, opposite. And exhale, lower. Let's do one more on each side. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Nice work. Beautiful job. Now, if your wrists are a little sensitive and you're starting to feel that, you can kind of come up on your knees. You can also just roll your mat here and hang your hands with the palm on the rolled up part of your mat and your fingertips over the edge, just to give your wrist a little bit of support. We're gonna move into some movements that are gonna help our posture for and our back muscles. So from here, we're gonna walk our legs out and come down onto our belly. Or again, you can stay seated in that chair. And we're gonna start with our hands close or underneath our shoulders. And we're gonna move up into a bit of a cobra pose. So take the breath in and exhale, let it go. Engage belly button to spine. Take the arch out of your low back. And then let's inhale, gently kind of pressing into the ground or just lifting up, squeezing those shoulder blades down your back. And exhale, let's lower. Let's do two more of those. Inhale, lift, squeeze shoulder blades down your back. You can use the hands for support on the mat. And exhale, lower. One more time, inhale, lift, squeeze the shoulder blades down your back. And exhale, lower. Beautiful. Now our arms are gonna reach out to the side, but it's the same movement. So I'm gonna keep my low belly pressing into the mat. I'm gonna inhale, lift my arms off the floor if I can. You can cactus them if that's easier. Squeeze those shoulders down my back and just lift slightly off the mat. Exhale, release, and let's flow through that two more times. Inhale, lift, squeeze those shoulders down your back. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift, arms go behind you a bit. Squeeze those shoulder blades, and then exhale, lower. Beautiful. Let's try that one more time, but this time, as we lift those arms and squeeze our shoulders, we're gonna try lifting maybe our feet as well off the mat. So you could do one leg or both, your choice. Exhale, release. You can stack your hands on top of each other, rest your forehead on your palms, bend your knees, and just let them windshield wiper side to side. To let that low back release, or follow Amber in the chair, just letting our knees rock side to side. And when you're ready, go ahead and place your hands underneath you. You can walk your knees up and underneath you. And then we're going to come to a seat, either again in your chair or on your mat. So you're welcome to sit up tall. Maybe use the back of your legs for support. Maybe you use your hands behind you or those blocks for support. We're going to move into a little abdominal core called boat pose. So with my heels on the ground, I'm going to bring my hands behind my knees and bring my belly button towards my spine. Now I can stay here, keeping my core engaged and lifted, or I can start to tip back to make it a bit harder. If you really want to make it harder, you can lift one or both feet off the mat. So you can see me from the side. And here, maybe I tip all those muscles back. Or I can keep a foot on the ground. But let's take one more deep breath in. And exhale, gently lower feet back down. And release. Nice work. That one's really tricky. All right, we're gonna move into laying on our backs. If you're joining me on the mat, I'm gonna turn my mat sideways so you can just see me better. You're welcome to use a blanket. You're welcome to use a blanket or a cushion underneath as needed if you need something for your head or your low back. But let's go ahead and roll back onto our backs. If you're joining Ariel, we're gonna set up for bridge pose. So feet are gonna go directly under your knees, flat on the ground. Then I'm gonna bring my belly button to my side. If we're in the chair, we're gonna go ahead and engage that core and work on pressing through our upper back and our feet to slide our hips forward in the chair. If you're with me on the mat, we're gonna gently start to peel our low back and bottom off the floor, feeling that engagement through our buttocks. Take a breath in at the top, and then exhale slowly, lower back down. Let's do that again. Inhale, lift. Peel that low back off the mat or the back of the chair, lifting your hips forward or up. And then exhale, slowly release. Good. Let's do one more. Inhale, lift. Hold at the top. And exhale, slowly lower down. Beautiful. We're going to move into our wind down or cool down. So we can bring one knee up into our belly, letting our thigh kind of massage that belly, and taking a minute to maybe rock the hip and the hip joint. Then we can lower that down and switch. Opposite knee comes up. I press my thigh to my belly and just rock in place a bit, like I'm rocking a baby. Now you can stay with one side at a time, or if you're on the mat, feel free to bring both knees to your chest, maybe a little bit wide for your belly, and so it's easier to breathe. Now you can stay here and just drawing your knee to your chest, or we can move into happy baby, where my feet come up, pointed towards the ceiling. My knees are just still bent and I can hold behind those knees. And then I just rock like a happy baby, slightly from one to the other side. And again, I can do this one-sided at a time and then switch sides. The gentle rocking will help your body ease into the posture and let you in. Good. And then let's release, lower those feet down to the floor. And we're gonna just let our knees, we can tee our arms out or keep them, hold the chair for support. And we're just gonna let our knees rock side to side. A little bit of a spinal twist here. Protect that low back. You can pause on one side and even stack your knees a bit. And if you've paused on one side, go ahead, reset, move to the opposite side and pause. Good. And then let's come back to center. And we're gonna set up for Shavasana. And this is rest or relaxation pose. We're gonna take a few minutes just to meditate as Ariel guides us through a meditation. So take a moment to get comfortable. You can come back to your chair and be seated. You can be laying on the floor and maybe you use a pillow or something to support your low back, like a blanket, or you can put it across your lap or under your knees. And then take a moment, see if you can let your eyes gently release, close, and settle in.
Whether we're sitting in the chair or laying on our mat, we'll have our eyes closed or resting softly on a spot. We'll feel the space in between our eyebrows soften. Our eyes sinking heavy into their sockets. Feeling the air going in through the nostrils and out through the nose or mouth. Feeling a slight space in between the teeth and the tongue coming away from the top of the mouth. Feeling our jaw resting easy, maybe moving it side to side actively if you grind your teeth at night or have any stress or tension. Placing awareness on the back of our neck, helping it move from left to right, up and down a little bit easier. Placing awareness on our throat chakra or our throat area, helping us say the words that we need to say. Placing awareness on our upper back and our chest, releasing those areas of tension. Placing awareness on our mid-back, our ribs, letting go of any tension there. Placing awareness on our lower back, ridding of any tension. And on our abdomen, helping wake up our internal organs, making them work just a little bit better. Placing our awareness on the glutes, the hips, letting go of any tension, any cramps, any discomfort. Placing awareness on the hamstrings and the thighs, and the knees and the kneecaps, making us move and bend even better. Placing our awareness on our shins, loosening our calves, placing attention on our ankles, the tops of our feet, And last but not least, imagining roots coming out of the soles of your feet, tying you to the earth beneath us. We'll take an inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. We'll do that again. Inhale through the nose. Exhale. Last time, inhale. And exhale. Coming back to our normal breath. Noticing if any thoughts come into your mind and how your energy feels from the start to the end of practice. Take a few moments for yourself. We'll begin to wiggle the fingers and the toes, just bringing awareness back to the body. Moving your head from side to side, or maybe giving a nice big morning stretch. And wherever you are, in the chair, on the mat, coming back to your most comfortable seat. Maybe rolling onto your side if you're on the mat, coming into a fetal position. But getting up slowly. Maybe grabbing a drink of water along the way.
All right. Once you've found a comfortable seat, we'll just close class together with a deep breath, gathering up all of the energy we've created as a community. Let's take a deep breath in. Arms can reach high or up in front if you'd like. And then as you exhale, maybe bring that energy in towards your heart. And just savor it. Thank you so much for joining us today. And I'm Meredith with Parkinson's Point, and this is Ariel. And we really appreciate you taking the time to move mindfully with us and work on our balance, our flexibility, and our strength. So thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Meredith and Ariel. We'll be sure to share a copy of today's recording as well as how to contact Parkinson's Point. So keep a lookout for that email. It'll likely come in about a week or so. So we'll include all of these very important resources there. Thank you everyone for joining us today and have a fabulous weekend.